Next, Selenium suite of tools. Fifth topic in this chapter. Selenium suite of tools. Tell me, Gayatri, indirectly I mentioned Selenium suite of tools. What are they?
Like Selenium Ide,
Selenium.
Selenium WebDriver.
Hmm.
Selenium WebDriver, it was previously Selenium RC remote control, and I think Selenium Grid.
Okay. Sequence Selenium RC. Next, Selenium WebDriver. Next, Selenium Grid. So I will provide brief introduction about these tools. Anyhow, it is a roadmap for our program. Selenium IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Integrated Development Environment. Have any idea, Gayatri, what is Selenium IDE?
Not very sure, sir. No.
Okay. Aarti, Selenium IDE. What is Selenium IDE?
It is
Firefox
add-in.
Firefox add-in or plugin. Okay, just a minute. It is a Firefox plugin. Say Selenium IDE is not independent tool. For example, UFT. UFT is independent tool. You can install and use that tool. But IDE is not independent tool. It works only on Firefox. Suppose if you don't have Firefox, you cannot use Selenium IDE. On Selenium, on Firefox browser only, you can install and use Selenium IDE. It is not an independent tool. Next, it is prototyping tool. It is prototyping tool. Just a minute. What is prototyping tool? It is not complete solution. It is not suitable for complex test case design. Why? It doesn't have any programming support. We cannot apply programming logic in Selenium IDE test cases. Selenium IDE doesn't support programming logic. It is prototyping tool. It is only for simple test case design and execution. It is not suitable for complex test design. Okay, anyhow, I'm providing brief idea. In Selenium IDE chapter, I will explain theory as well as practical. I will show practical also. Next, see, features of Selenium IDE. Features of Selenium IDE. A record and playback test cases. A record and playback. Playback means execution. Test cases. This is one feature. Record and playback. Otherwise, you can type test cases. You can type test steps. See. type test cases or test script. Synonyms: using element locators and Selenium IDE commands called as Selinus commands, or you can say Selenium IDE commands. Next, edit test cases. Next, execute test suites, group of test cases or series of test cases. Execute test suites. Next, debug test cases. Debug test cases. Next, export test cases to other formats. Export. Actually, this feature is not working fine. Feature is there. Export test cases to other formats, Java, Ruby, etc. See, Selenium IDE test case format is HTML. Selenium IDE test case format is HTML, default format. See, these are the important features of Selenium IDE. Tell me, Silpa, features of Selenium IDE tool.
I mean, it will record and play back the test cases. And the type test cases or test script, like using element locator and Selenium commands, that is like Selenium IDE command.
Good.
And edit test cases, execute test suites, and debug test cases, export test cases to other formats. And Selenium test case format is like .html.
HTML format. Okay. Next, drawbacks of Selenium IDE. Anyhow, it is only brief idea. Drawbacks of Selenium IDE. Sindhu, can you guess drawbacks of Selenium IDE? Guess. Sindhu.
Yeah.
Tell me one or two drawbacks of Selenium IDE. Okay, if you don't know, leave it, no problem.
They cannot be formatted into any other language except HTML.
Okay. Okay. Paramita?
Cannot export the test cases like to other Java, Ruby, or Python, or any language.
It supports exporting test cases to Java, Ruby formats, but that feature is not working properly. But feature is there.
Oh, okay.
That is not the drawback. Okay. First drawback already we discussed. See, observe. It is Firefox plugin. It works only on Firefox. It doesn't support other browsers. Selenium WebDriver supports all leading browsers: IE, Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Safari, etc. But Selenium IDE supports only Firefox browser. See, it supports Firefox browser only. This is one drawback. Next, already I told, it is prototyping tool, not suitable for complex test case design. It is not suitable. It is not suitable for complex test case design. Next, no programming support, no conditional and loop statements, etc. No programming support. No conditional and loop statements, etc. Next, data-driven testing is not possible. Data-driven testing is not possible. Next, no detailed test reports. It provides summary only. No detailed test reports. Provides summary only. See, these are the major drawbacks of Selenium IDE. Next, Selenium RC. Selenium RC is outdated with same features and some advanced features. Selenium WebDriver is there, so you no need to learn Selenium RC, outdated. Next, Selenium WebDriver. Selenium WebDriver. What is Selenium WebDriver? It is a programming interface. Programming interface. Observe, Selenium IDE has user interface but no programming interface. Selenium WebDriver has programming interface but no user interface. You need to use programming features only for any task. If it is UFT, what about UFT? Gayatri. Selenium IDE has
it has both. Sorry, sir. It has both. Sir. It has both actually. We can do record and playback, and we can use the programming. We can use the programming as well for preparing the test.
See, UFT, formerly QTP, UFT has both user interface means IDE as well as programming interface. For example, if you want to create a test, you can use recording. For enhancing tests, you can use checkpoints, output values, etc. Tool can generate test script. You can record normal steps and you can insert verification points using checkpoints, etc. Otherwise, you can type test script and you can use programming features, conditional statements, loop statements, functions, variables, operators, etc. See, UFT tool has IDE as well as editor, tool editor. You can type test script. But Selenium WebDriver doesn't have user interface. Here no menus, no menu items, only programming interface, only editor. For each and everything, you need to write the code. For identifying object and performing operation on that object, you need to write the code. Got the point, Paramita? Any
Sir.
confusion?
Yes, sir. No.
Okay. See, it is a programming interface. Just anyhow, we will discuss WebDriver in detailed manner. Now only brief introduction. WebDriver features. Here you can create test cases, or you can say test scripts using element locators. Element locators. What are element locators? We will discuss later. And WebDriver methods. Next, it supports programming features. See, it supports conditional and loop statements. Not only conditional and loop statements, you can use all programming features for enhancing test cases. Suppose you take Java. What are the programming features available in Java for enhancing test cases? Java is object-oriented programming system, WOOPS language. Tell me, Sindhu, what are the programming features available in Java? See, not only Java, you take any programming language, any computer programming language, 80% skeleton is same. Tell me, what are the programming features? Sindhu. Sindhu, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Tell me. See, what I am telling is, we can use all programming features for enhancing test cases in Selenium WebDriver. What are the programming features available in Selenium? In Java? See, you can use data types, na?
Yeah, characters, data types.
Data type. Character is one of the data type.
Okay.
Integer is one of the data type. Double is one of the data type. Boolean is one of the data type. Okay. Say data types, variables. Next, modifiers, public,
Constructor.
private, etc. Next,
Construct.
operators, arrays. Next, conditional statements, loop statements. Next, methods, exception handling. Next, OOPS concepts also. What are the 4 fundamentals of OOPS? Any idea? Paramita Rai?
No, sir. No, sorry.
No idea. Cool. And OOPS concepts. 4 fundamentals of OOPS. Arti, what are the 4 fundamentals of OOPS? This is general concept, not only in Java. You take any OOPS language, C++.
Polymorphism. Polymorphism.
Polymorphism.
Encapsulation. Abstract.
Just a minute. Sequence.
Okay.
Inheritance.
Yeah, inheritance.
Inheritance.
Polymorphism.
Abstraction. Polymorphism. And encapsulation. Okay, we will discuss all these concepts. No problem. It supports all programming features. Next, it supports various programming languages. Supports Java, C#, Hypertext Preprocessor, PHP, Perl, Python, and Ruby. Next, data-driven testing is possible. Data-driven testing is possible. Next, cross-browser testing is possible. Cross-browser testing is possible. Sindhu, can you tell me what is cross-browser testing?
No idea, sir.
Executing test cases against various browsers. Suppose we have 100 test cases. Execute all 100 test cases on IE, Chrome, Firefox. That is cross-browser testing. Executing test cases against various browsers. It supports cross-browser testing. One small drawback also there. Already I told. Can you guess, Paramita? Drawbacks of Selenium WebDriver.
It is no user interface. It's only the programming interface.
Okay. No IDE, no integrated development environment. Okay. No user interface. Next, important one. It doesn't generate test reports. No built-in test report facility, test report generation facility. It doesn't generate detailed test reports. See next, last one, small one. Selenium Grid. Selenium Grid. Say, Selenium Grid is not for test case design. Remember, first of all, Selenium Grid is not for test case design. Selenium IDE, you can you can design tests and execute tests. Selenium RC, you can design tests and execute. Selenium WebDriver, you can design tests and execute. But Selenium Grid, here no test case design facility. It is only for test case execution. It is only for test case execution. See, it is used to grouping. It is used to group test cases. Next, parallel test execution. It's only for execution. See,